Hello, everybody. We'll get started in a minute. We're waiting on a few more people.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Well, we have quorum. Um, Wait. All right. Well, we'll wait one more minute. We'll have most people here. Dan, is that you? Are you here?
This is me. I'm leaving work now, so I am on my phone, but I'll be on the desktop shortly.
Okay.
Me, Neil, Rob, Alex, Tara, Rosanna, Paul, I don't know who that is, Steve, Cindy, Black, New Paltz, okay. Julie Seifert Lewis, Essie, that's what I thought.
Great. Well, we have everyone here, so we'll get started now. It's 6:31. I'd like to make a motion to open the July 21st, 2022 New Paltz Town Board as Police Commission meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Hi.
Aye.
Hi.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the agenda as written.
Second.
All in favor?
Hi.
Aye.
And please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
And to the republic for which it
stands, one nation, under God,
under God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
A little bit off the agenda. I did the agenda first, but so I'd like to make an announcement. I have some sad news. Police officer of the town of New Paltz passed away this past week. Officer Daniel Carpinelli. There will be a funeral. Funeral services for Officer Daniel Carpinelli will be held at the Copeland Hammerall Funeral Home located at 162 South Butt Corners Road on Friday, July 22nd, 2022, and Saturday, July 23rd, 2022. Friday calling hours will be from 4 till 7 p.m. with law enforcement calling from 4 to 5 p.m. Saturday calling hours will be from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., immediately followed by line of duty death services beginning at the funeral. Parking for the funeral will be at the New Paltz High School, and there will be a shuttle to the funeral home. Our deepest condolences to his family, friends, and fellow officers. He will be truly missed. Thank you for your decades of dedicated service to the community. I don't know, Chief, did you want to do anything now? You want to do that later?
Just if we could have just a moment of silence in his memory, that would be appreciated. And then I just have a couple things after that, if that's okay.
Yeah, I'd like to have a moment of silence, please.
Thank you, Supervisor. If I could just piggyback on that announcement with a couple things.
Yeah, please.
As the supervisor said, regret to announce the untimely passing of Officer Daniel Carpinelli. He passed away on July 16th. During his almost 20 years of service here, he was served as both a patrol officer and investigator with the urgent unit. And as we noted in our Facebook post, Dan had a smile and an attitude that could easily calm and reassure people in trouble situations. He will be sorely missed by everyone who knew him and the people whose lives he touched. We are expecting a large turnout for his services tomorrow and Saturday. The school district is allowing us to use the parking lot there at the high school. So just want to, and the shuttle. And want to thank the New Paltz Central School District and Ulster County for providing the shuttle services. The outpouring of support for our people and our agency is from the various agencies, and it's just been incredible. I apologize if I forget to mention a specific agency, but just would like to recognize the agencies that have helped us so far, and I know there'll be numerous others in the coming days. But the Ulster County Sheriff's Office, Ulster County Emergency Management, New Paltz Fire, New Paltz Rescue, Ulster County 911, the state police, both here in Troop F and NYC, the SUNY New Paltz Police Department, the NYPD, the New York City DEP Police, Rosendale Police Department, Saugerties Police Department, Ulster Police Department, and the Town of Lloyd PDs. Again, I apologize if I forget to include any of the agencies. And just lastly, I want to recognize and thank our own members. This has been a difficult time. They just thank them and recognize them for being there for Dan's family while continuing to do their job and grieving at the same time. It's been very difficult, and I just could not be prouder of them and how they are handling this. And just thank them for being who they are. And that's it.
Thanks, Chief. I'd like to open this up for public comment. If anyone has anything they would like to say, if you could please raise your Zoom hand. Try to keep it to 3 minutes if you have any comments. And please feel free, raise your hand if you have a comment. And don't see any comments. And so last call. If not, we will move on to the first item on the agenda, which is the appointment of the police commissioners for the referral to the town board. So I'd like to thank all of you who showed up. We've selected the police commissioners, and I'd like to thank you for attending tonight. Everyone selected by the town board has agreed to their appointment. We appreciate your willingness to serve in this capacity. The board has selected 5 commissioners: Janice Butler, Tara Fitzpatrick, Steve Ford, Carrie Raman Bunce, and Cindy Sanchez. And we have a couple different, so there's always rotating through. And so if any of you want to say anything or have any comments or anything, please feel free to raise your hand or unmute yourself. If you want to discuss, I know Steve Ford has requested the first term from this July 22nd to December 31st, 2022, and Janice Butler has requested the second term from July 22nd, 2022 to July 31st, 2023. And if anyone has anything they'd like to say, if they have any preferences, please.
Kathy has her hand up.
Oh, yes, thanks. Just before any of the police commissioners get a chance, I just wanted to mention that Kari Bunce, Rahaman Bunce, is not here today due to a family emergency, but she has, as you said, accepted to be on the police commission. But she reached out to me this afternoon, so she will be here next time.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I'm also trying to, I'm multitasking tonight, so I'm sorry if I get distracted. So does anyone have any preferences for which terms? If not, we can just put you in alphabetical order if everyone's fine with that. Yeah.
Tara and I saw the worker working on some wires.
Cindy's hand is raised.
Okay, I'm going to allow people to, yeah, please go ahead, Cindy. And I've taken the security off, so if anyone wants to unmute themselves now, they should be able to. I apologize for that. So go ahead, Cindy.
Hi, good evening. I appreciate the referral for the appointment as commissioner, and I'm looking forward to joining in the work. I did have a preference if we are going to discuss that. I was thinking of till the end of 2023. I don't know how many, I don't have it in front of me, but how many spots are for that?
That's Commissioner number 2. Janice Butler asked for that one, I think.
Okay.
But there's 2 of them.
Oh, there's 2 of them? It's not what I have on my sheet, but that's fine. Maybe I have the wrong thing written down. Sorry.
Okay.
I have 1 through 2022, 1 through 2023, 1 through 2024, 2 through 2025.
Oh, maybe.
Then I guess the third commissioner, this is fine.
Yeah, that's fine. If you'd like that.
If that's the next one available, that's fine.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And any, I mean, the other 2 are the same, so that's fine. We'll fill those with the remaining 2. So I appreciate people letting us know what their preferences are. We want to be helpful, so thanks. Anything else? If
Yes,
no-
Neil, I just want to make sure that we send police commissioners also the NPPRRC's report and recommendations so that they have that to refer to.
Sure. I mean, I think it's on the website, but we'll make sure that they have all the links and all of Kathy can make sure they have all the information they need.
Excellent.
And I'm not sure if all of you are going to be sticking around for the official appointments. You're free to, but if not, one of the first things I think that you should do as a group is discuss when you would like to meet. Kathy can help you with which days are open in the courthouse, and I'm happy to help teach you what you need to know for logging into the Zoom and using the AV equipment. I know right now the town board has reserved all the Thursdays in the courthouse for meetings, and so I know that the Thursdays that we're not meeting there, I think it's the 1st and the 2nd and the 4th are available. But you should feel free to meet on any day that fits your schedules. And the thing is that anything that we would need to vote on as a town board, we would need to have 24 hours in advance for open meetings law. So, meeting on the Wednesday before our meeting would mean that we probably couldn't be voting on it the next night. That's it, and if the town board wants a little more time, Tuesdays might be good, but we're willing to work with you, whatever days you guys are able to attend. So if you guys have any comments or questions.
Tara's hand is raised.
Tara. Yeah, please go ahead. People should be able to unmute themselves.
Okay, it worked. I just had a quick question because I saw the public notice in the Hudson Valley One today that said that the town board and police commission meetings for August were going to be, well, obviously tonight, but then August 4th and August 18th with times already set. So just to clarify, Neil, are you talking about starting in September?
No, that's just because that's what we already had because we were the police commission. But now, as soon as we vote on it in a little while, you're going to be the police commission. So you get to decide when your meetings are. It's not up
Okay.
to us anymore.
Gotcha.
that's
I
from
thought it was a standing thing that it was on Thursdays. And I did have a question because the public notice also said that the meetings happen in Cody, Wyoming, and I thought that was quite interesting.
Yeah, we're all going on vacation. Yeah, when we appointed you, it's gonna be a road trip, rodeo. It's gonna be fun. I hope it's okay. But no, just kidding. That is part of public noticing. So these meetings need to be publicly noticed in advance. And if because of open meetings law, one of our town board members can't be physically present, and you have to notice the public location where they're going to be attending the meeting, and anyone else who wants to attend is free to attend from that location as well. But we can, we'll be helping you. The town clerk and Kathy, my assistant, will be. Those are just administrative details that you don't have to worry about. We're happy to help you out with all of that, along with minutes and agendas and stuff like that. We'll be helping you with all of that.
I also want to say that I am the liaison to the police commission. So I want to make sure that I'm not going to attend every meeting. I will attend meetings, especially if you need me or ask me to, but I would like to still be on the invites so that I know when you are meeting. And again, I'm able to help troubleshoot if you have questions or concerns. That's what I'm here for as well. And I thank all of you for your service.
And Steve, you have a question, please.
Yeah. Could Kathy send us all, each other's contact information so that we can maybe arrange a meeting?
Sure. Yeah, I'll have Kathy do that tomorrow.
I would like to just add my thanks to the soon-to-be new commissioners. Really appreciate your service.
And Stana, you had a question. This is really town board police commission discussion, but if you have something you'd like to say, please go ahead. If anyone else on the police commission, any other questions? If not, we will move on to the.
Sorry, I wasn't able to unmute until now. I just wanted to say that since I'm the village liaison to the police commission, that I would also appreciate being in on their list of folks that they let know when they're meeting so that I too can attend.
Sure. I mean, they're going to be publicly noticed. So yeah, we'll make sure you know as well. With that, I'd like to make a motion to refer the appointment of the police commissioners to the town board with Steve Ford, terms ending December 31st, 2022. Janice Butler's ending December 31st, 2023. Cindy Sanchez, December 31st, 2024. And then Tara Fitzpatrick and Carrie Raman Bunce, terms ending December 31st, 2025. The second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Yep. And Dan says he's muted, so let me unmute him and make sure he.
There we go. Sorry about that. Thanks, Neil.
All right. Okay. With that, I would like to, we're going to go make a motion to go into executive session to discuss personnel.
Second.
You still want to go into executive session?
Second.
All in favor? And we're going to be inviting the chief in as well.
Aye.
Aye.
Right?
All right.
Okay. So, give me a second here.
I think there's someone who's not muted, and it might be Kitty.
Yeah, I
or-
think here we go.
Is that you?
I tried to get all of you guys in the room.
Hi, could I speak to Jerry, please?
Yes.
Hi, Jerry, Steve Ford. How are you? Are we going to meet tomorrow at 8:30? You were going to think about it in relation to the weather. Even at that time? Okay. Okay. I have several other people that have contacted me because I put a listing up, because that's how you heard about it. So I will contact them and tell them that we're going to look at something after the weather cools down. Yeah, I'll be going away next week until be back Thursday, so maybe next weekend or Friday or Saturday it'll work. Okay. In fact, what I'm gonna put up is that we'll meet at next Friday, because I think the weather breaks, like Tuesday or Wednesday, and say that everyone who's interested show up, and then we'll see who we get and what we can do. Okay. Okay, Jack. Okay, bye. Who am I looking at? Can you see me?
Let's see.
Who am I looking?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hello, this is Gabriella O'Shea.
I don't. Is it some relation to the town board?
Yes, I have been kind of looking into everything going on, and so several years ago I survived a car crash as I was riding my bicycle, and ever since I've become very interested and very concerned with trail and road safety. And so that's why we're looking into what is going on here. I just have a comment that I'd like to add.
Let me just hold on a second. I'm not a member of the town board. They went into executive session.
Okay.
Then you popped up on my screen. So I don't know why that is. Can you see me?
I cannot.
Okay. My name is Steve Ford, and I was at the meeting because I was chosen as one of the police commissioners. And
okay.
Gabby, this is actually the police commission meeting, and the town board meeting will be starting in a few minutes when this one's done.
I see. Okay, I'm very sorry to interrupt.
No, you're not interrupting anything. They're in executive session. It's not a problem.
Okay, so if I just stay here, eventually the next meeting will take place here as well.
Correct.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Who was that chimed in?
It was me. I'm Stana. I'm the village board liaison to the police commission. We'll get to meet eventually.
Okay. Okay, Stan.
Unless you want to speak, you might want to mute yourself, Steve, because we heard you on the phone before.
Oh, I thought they muted me. It's not important. I'm not involved in any shenanigans. But so who's on that I can talk to now? Hello.
Everybody's in executive session. Everybody else is muted. You're the only one who's not muted.
Why is that?
Because you didn't mute yourself, I guess.
Oh, I thought that they muted me. So okay, I'm going to mute myself. Let me ask this: can the people who have been selected for police commission unmute themselves and we can talk a little while we're waiting?
Hi, Steve. Cindy.
I think we're going back into regular session.
Okay.
Okay, I think we're all out of the breakout room, and I would like to make a motion to exit executive session. No actions are being taken. And next, so second, anyone?
Second.
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'd like to make a motion to forward to the town board for approval the hiring of Caitlin Bochnick, Sharidi Hiltz, and Jorge Gueron as full-time police officers effective August 1st, 2022 at the full-time officer rate outlined in the collective bargaining agreement.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I would like
Aye.
to motion.
Chief Lucchese has his hand raised.
Sorry. Did I say something?
I just want to just talk a little bit about the three hires, if that's okay, sir.
Sorry.
No, that's right. Caitlin, Charity, and George will be, if approved by the town board, they'd be hired effective August 1st so that they can attend the police academy, the full-time police academy that would run August through December. All three we interviewed. We obviously have been looking to hire full-time police officers. We have, I think over the course of the last 2 years, really been playing catch up and been below our usual complement of officers. And we contacted Ulster County and we got a copy of the countywide certificate of eligibles. We interviewed 7 candidates, and these 3 stood out. And so the hope is that they be approved tonight and that they would be able to begin the police academy. The process for hiring and getting an officer out on the road is long, especially when you have someone who's not certified like the 3 of these prospective candidates are. If approved tonight, these officers at the earliest will be on the road and on their own by April 1st of next year. So the police academy will run August through December, and their field training will run January through March. And so then August, the hope is that on or about August 1st, each of them will be ready to be an officer on their own. Charity Hiltz is a 2003 graduate of Brown Hat Valley High School. She's also a 2008 graduate at SUNY New Paltz with a bachelor's degree in sociology and human services. She has been employed as a corrections officer at the Ulster County Jail for a little over a year. They spoke very highly of her. George Gueron is a 2002 graduate of Richmond Hills High School in Queens. He served in the United States Army from 2012 through 2017, where he received the Army Commendation Medal, 5 Army Achievement Awards, 2 Good Conduct Awards, and several certificates during his service. He's been working and living locally and has expressed a desire to get into law enforcement. And finally, Caitlin Bochnick is a 2012 graduate of John Jay High School. She has completed coursework towards her degree at both Dutchess County Community College and Hudson Valley Community College, and is currently employed as a corrections officer at Dutchess County Jail since 2018. And I didn't know if anybody has any questions, but just wanted to give a little overview of that. Thank you.
All right, thanks. And with that, I'd like to make a motion to forward to the town board for approval hiring of the 3 officers. Did we do that? I don't think we did, right? So I press second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 And I will now hand it over to you, Chief, for the monthly report. Let me unmute you here. Sorry.
There we go. Thank you. Sorry about that. Thank you, Supervisor. First thing just to note in the report packet from my report is that we have taken delivery of our newest police marked patrol unit, the 2022 Ford SUV hybrid. It was delivered. We are finalizing some things with our computer system to get it connected with the county's records management system and hope to have it actually in service soon. it is, we did take possession and have been using it for some details already. Just a kind of an announcement, but it was also in my report. We are, as part of the New Paltz Opioid Overdose Prevention and Response Team, we are tabling every second Saturday of every month at the New Paltz Farmers Market, doing the Narcan training and distributing kits out there. The Opioid Overdose Prevention and Response Team is covering every farmers market, but each members of the team are taking different weekends. So if anybody's interested in the training, they can pop down there at any point in time from 10 to 1 on Saturdays and get the training and receive a free kit. In the detective's report, just to highlight the one case that is mentioned in regards to the sexual assault, we are waiting back on some lab results, which I think we anticipate getting in the next day or so. And that case is being presented to grand jury. Officers were flagged down by a female downtown and who reported that they were sexually assaulted. We identified a suspect and known to our detective division. And as I said, we are waiting some evidence submission results, and we anticipate presenting this to the grand jury soon. In terms of commendations, we have 3 commendations. The first is for Officer Michael Vespi. We received a phone call. Officer Vespi, responded to a medical call back on May 17th. The individual involved in this particular call contacted us, just wanted to thank Officer Vespi for his kindness, the emotional support and patience that he showed during their crisis, and it was very much appreciated. We received the second commendation is for Officers Bunce and Kraus, as well as Sergeant Lewis. It's from the Chief of Police from the Village of Irvington Police Department. I just wanted to thank us for some traffic assistance that we were able to provide on June 4th. There was a funeral escort that we were able to provide in conjunction with another detail that we were also providing traffic control for, and just wanted to thank us and express their appreciation on behalf of the family. And then the third commendation is for Officers Kraus and Snyder and Lieutenant Butler. We had received a report of a missing lost relative. This individual had been possibly suffering from dementia, had left their residence armed with a knife. The family was worried, didn't know where this person was going, and just didn't think that the individual had any intent on harming anybody, but just was concerned. Our officers were able to locate this person. They took the time to speak with them, and just the family wanted to thank us for the way it was handled in locating him, but just in terms of how we handled this person. Particularly noting that we inquired and asked about their military service, and we're able to just resolve this situation and get him back and connected with his family. So I want to thank us for that. I don't know if there's any questions regarding any of those commendations. Okay. So for defensive actions, there are 6 incidents. And we generated a total of 11 reports. The first incident occurred on June 5th, 2022, at about 3:41 in the morning on Main Street in the area of Plattekill Avenue. There were 4 reports filed for this. 2 reports documenting the unholstering of OC spray by officers. 1 report filed for deploying the OC spray on an individual who fled the area and was not identified. And then another report for OC that was deployed on a subject that was arrested and charged with disorderly conduct. The subject involved in this is a 20 who was sprayed and arrested and charged with a 24-year-old black male, approximately 5 feet 9 inches tall, 200 pounds, medium build. As I said, the officers were handling a disturbance involving 10 to 15 people fighting in that area. The officers had attempted to move the subjects along. Multiple subjects, the individuals involved here were continuing to fight in the middle of the streets. The officers deployed their pepper spray after they were unsuccessful in getting the individuals to stop fighting verbally. And one subject fled. The other person was taken into custody and charged. They were attended to by New Paltz Rescue, where they were decontaminated and released on an appearance ticket. Based upon the review of the tactics and actions, the officers' actions were found to be in compliance with department policy and training. I don't know if there's any questions about this one. Okay.
Okay, we're gonna be talking about the same thing probably a few more times. I know are we still having these incidents late at night like we did a year ago when things got opened up, or are they getting better, same, worse?
In speaking to the officers and the sergeants that work at night, this was not to the degree that we saw last year. No, this just happened to be, one night that we were dealing with quite a few instances like this. In reviewing the videos and what was going on, the officers were dealing with, crowds of people and really fights that were breaking out in different areas. This second defensive action report occurred really in close proximity to the first, not just in location, but in time and location. And so in looking at the video of the first instance, some of the people that were involved in the second incident, were seen on the video from the previous incident. So here, this occurred at about 20 minutes later in the Plattekill Avenue Municipal Parking Lot. It was one report that was filed documenting the drawing of a firearm. The investigation into charges is still pending. The subject involved is a 17-year-old white male, approximately 5 feet 9 inches tall, 175 pounds, medium build. The officers were still out on foot from the previous incident, and they were approached by a person who reported that they witnessed a male subject threatening people with a knife in the parking lot. The officers ran over there. This officer had unholstered their weapon. There was no pointing of the weapon. It's just simply documenting the unholstering of the firearm. The individual in question was located. A knife was located near them. And the officers were able to diffuse that situation and interview all the people involved. As soon as it became apparent that the individual was not armed at that point, the officer reholstered their weapon and then just continue with their investigation. The officers' tactics and actions in this particular case were within department policy and training as well. And if there's any specific questions about it. So the next case or incident is another one that occurred on June 5th, 2022. This at about 10:39 p.m. in the parking lot of the Town and Country condos off of Huguenot Street. It was one report filed documenting physical restraint. This is we responded to a missing person / mental health call. The individual involved here is a 16-year-old female, approximately 5 feet, 90 pounds. We had taken a missing persons report. We had located this individual in the parking lot there. Officers waited on scene with that person until their parents showed up, at which point in time, a physical altercation between the parent and the child occurred, and the officer intervened in that. The individual was restrained and handcuffed, and then ultimately turned over to New Paltz Rescue for an involuntary psychiatric evaluation at the hospital. And
Chief Tara Fitzpatrick has a question, had her hand raised. I don't know, is that something new? I think it was
Yeah,
about.
Thanks, Neil. Chief, I'm sorry, I tried to ask a question about the Plattekill Avenue incident because of its proximity to the college grounds. I didn't hear you make mention of any interagency, with the SUNY police, or is that not something that ordinarily happens when something occurs in such close proximity to the college grounds? And being a new person to this, I just wanted to ask that question. So thank you. And I'm sorry that I couldn't unmute it quick enough to ask that question.
no problem. Sometimes, SUNY and state and or sheriff or all three may assist us in something like that. It's not all the time. In this particular case, most of our units were handling most of this. I believe the state police did have a car on scene, but they were not directly involved in the incident in the parking lot. I hope that. Okay. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, well, I guess I just was wondering if there was in your report any additional law enforcement indicated on the scene, even if they did not have a role, just because of the level of presence of police personnel in a situation like that. And like I said, being new to this, I just wanted to ask that question.
We don't document every other agencies that are there. They will document what our actions are and what we're doing in cases like this. More often than not, if another agency is directly involved in the use of force, then that would be indicated. But these reports are really documenting when officers use defensive action and the reasons why. So unless another agency was directly involved in this, that's where that would be documented. As far as reports with how we handle those situations, as I said, sometimes other agencies are involved, sometimes they're not.
And I think I just wanted to raise the issue because you mentioned that the original incident involved numerous people fighting 15 to 20 as a crowd, and then with an increased police presence. I just wanted to kind of get a better sense of the visual picture so that when you are giving us these reports, it kind of gives us a sense of what is actually happening on the ground. And so other police and agencies being there, even if they're not involved, certainly for me gives a more rounded and robust picture of what's actually happening on the ground. So thank you for that.
Well, what I will encourage all of you, once we appoint you, you will be able to view the body cam footage for these incidents if you have questions. And it will be interesting. Believe me, it's worth spending some time looking some of these events over. I encourage it. You'll have a new perspective.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
So, okay. So the next report or the next incident occurred on June 12th, 2022 at about 1 o'clock in the morning, 12:59 a.m. In front of 91 Main Street. There were two reports filed documenting deployment of OC spray. The first subject involved is a 21-year-old white male, 5 feet 10 inches tall, 150 pounds, medium build. This individual was arrested and charged with disorderly conduct. The other person involved was a 21-year-old white male, approximately 5 feet 4 inches tall, 165 pounds, medium build. They were also arrested and charged with disorderly conduct. The officers were out on foot, observed several subjects fighting. They attempted to separate the parties involved. They were unsuccessful in doing so. They would not comply with verbal commands, continued to fight, and the officer deployed OC spray on both subjects, who then ceased fighting and were taken into custody, decontaminated, processed, and released on appearance tickets. Based upon the investigation, the tactics and actions, the officers were in compliance with department policy and training for that incident. Okay. The next incident occurred on June 21st, 2022 at about 9:45 p.m. here in the police department courthouse. There are 2 reports filed documenting physical techniques used in this. The subject in question is a 29-year-old white male, approximately 5 feet 11 inches tall, 165 pounds, medium build. They were charged with, in addition to being a violation of probation, the violation of probation warrant, they were charged with criminal mischief, resisting arrest, and escape. So we had taken an individual into custody on a probation violation from Dutchess County. The officer was processing this person. They asked to use the bathroom. The officer took them to the bathroom, and as the officer was bringing them back to the processing area, they pushed the officer and fled down the hallway that leads into the courtroom. The officer attempted to take the subject to the ground, was unsuccessful. The subject then ran to the back where they were somewhat cornered. This individual then attempted to run across several of the wooden benches and fell to the ground, at which point the officer just maintained a distance away until backup arrived, at which point in time the individual was handcuffed and eventually transported to the hospital for a mental health evaluation as well. I just really kind of want to note, especially for the one officer, the initial officer, the restraint. This individual had fled. When they were down on the ground, the officer had the situational awareness just to maintain a presence, knew that they didn't need to act on their own and waited for backup, which I thought was really good on their part. But the tactics and the actions of the officers involved in this are in compliance, and we're in compliance with the department policy and training. I will also say, it's very beneficial to have our own in-house video for this one as well as the body camera video. So, the last offensive action report is for an incident that occurred on June 25th, 2022 at about 1:41 in the morning in the area of 84 Main Street. This report is documenting physical direction to the ground. The subject involved was an 18-year-old Black female, approximately 5 feet tall, 125 pounds, medium build. She was charged with disorderly conduct. Officers on foot patrol observed a fight in progress involving 2 female subjects. The officers attempted to break up the fight verbally and physically. Initially, some pushback. The officers had our officers, was able to gain control of one of the individuals involved, separated them, directed them down to the ground where they were cuffed. The other individual involved was also arrested and charged with disorderly conduct as well. just based upon our review, the tactics and the actions for them were in compliance with our policy and training as well. If there's any questions regarding any of those. Okay. The only other thing I just would like to note in the training report was that officers White, Miller, Sergeant Fuco, and Detective Judge completed the crisis intervention team training at Ulster County Community College. That was a week-long training, June 13th to 17th. Officer Kraus instructed portions of that training on the 13th, 14th, and 17th. This was one of the best, or if not the best attended CIT training to date. They are hoping to schedule another training in the fall, and then in 2023 resume a spring and fall training so that we can get more officers into this training. And that's it as far as I'm concerned, unless you all have any other questions.
Hi, Chief, I was just wondering, I saw in the annual report that you had made mention, I think, that your goal was to get 85 to 95% of your officers CIT trained. And at the time of the annual report writing, there was 65% of your staff had gone. Having these additional officers trained, where are you on that trajectory for meeting your target?
I don't know if we'll achieve that this year because some of the officers that had received this training have lateral to other agencies. So I don't know if we'll make that benchmark. Between that and the inability to run 2 training sessions a year due to COVID has hindered that. The hope was that they would run 2 training sessions, one in April, one in October. They're uncertain as to whether or not a second CIT training will take place before the end of the year. So we'll that's really where that may impact that.
Hello.
Fair enough. Thank you.
That's if no one else has any questions for Chief, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the Police Commission meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and so I'd like to make a motion to open the town board meeting of July 21st, 2022.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I'd like to start the Pledge of Allegiance. People could please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, I'd like to make a motion to approve the agenda as written.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And announcements. For those who weren't here for the Police Commission meeting, funeral services for Officer Daniel Carpinelli will be held at the Copeland Hamarai Funeral Home located 162 South Putt Corners Road on Friday, July 22nd, 2022, and on Saturday, July 23rd, 2022. Friday calling hours will be from 4 to 7 p.m. with law enforcement calling from 4 to 5. Saturday calling hours will be from 10 to 12:30, immediately followed by line of duty death services beginning at the funeral home. Parking for the funeral will be at New Paltz High School, and there will be a shuttle to the funeral home. I'd like to express our deepest condolences to his family, friends, fellow officers. He will be truly missed, and we thank him for his decades of service to the community. I'd like to have another moment of silence for Officer Carpinelli, please. All right, thank you. And with that, I would like to open the floor for public comment. If anyone has any comments, please raise your Zoom hand. And I will, you should be able to unmute yourselves now. And so if you have any comments, please raise your hand. And so if there are no comments, okay, Gabby, please go ahead, Gabby.
Okay, hello, Neil. So I wanted to kind of add my thoughts because of my experience, I've become very invested in the security of trails. And so I wrote something that I'd like to share. So I am a survivor of a car on bicycle crash in New Paltz. September 11th of 2016, I was struck by a driver near the intersection of Butterville Road and Route 299. My injuries were severe and extensive. They affected my brain, neck, ankles, elbows, ribs, pelvis, and my vertebrae. 4 surgeries were done to reconstruct my right arm, the side effects of which are disabling and are to be dealt with for the rest of my life. I am legally blind from the traumatic brain injury I survived, and I have lost all of my visual memories, detaching me from the life I was once proud to live. In Kingston, a cyclist was killed on Washington Avenue. Then another person was struck and killed at an intersection on a new section of the Greenway Trail in Kingston in November of 2020. In 2020 again, my dear great aunt was killed when she was struck by a driver as she and her daughter were on their daily morning walk in Lake Katrine. New York and Ulster County roads are not safe for pedestrians and users of alternative transportation. Change for safety and health must be done in the best manner possible. I understand that the town is currently drafting an easement to take over the financial and maintenance management of a new link to the Empire State Trail within the Trans-Hudson site, located at the intersection of Route 299 and North Putt Corners Road, since New Paltz taxpayers will be paying for the maintenance of this new section of the Empire State Trail. Now, I look forward to the Empire State Trail a lot, but I request that this easement be contingent on a plan designed and approved after public hearings held by the town. Design grants are available through the New York State Greenway. Applications must be received by close of business on September 2nd and November 4th of this year. I request that the town apply for an Empire State Trail planning grant. I ask that the town work with a firm that has experience in planning trails that are safe for cyclists, pedestrians, plants, and animals. We need a trail that can be safely accessed by people with vision, hearing, and ambulatory challenges, and a trail that will cause the least destruction to the habitat buffer on the east side of the Trans-Hudson site. The Empire State Trail must be designed to meet the ADA, the Americans with Disabilities Act, standards. There is great concern, and this is a concern of mine in particular, about the safety of the Trans-Hudson entrance cutting through the entrance of the Empire State Trail. There are additional environmental concerns about the destruction of the buffer adjacent to the thruway. In addition, the destruction of this forested land eliminates the natural beauty that is first seen as you enter New Paltz from the thruway. This important habitat that sets the tone for our community. For the trails of the Millbrook Preserve, the village has been working with Peak Engineering to come up with a final plan for the New York State $318,000 grant award. Now, the town planning board has deferred to the State Department of Transportation to make this trail safe. But I am one of those who survived near fatal accidents on roads that were deemed safe by the Department of Transportation of New York. These hazards were only minorly improved after serious crashes like mine. Where I was almost killed still has no shoulder, and so remains as dangerous as it was when I was struck 6 years ago. I have asked friends of Ulster County to join me in signing this letter. They also have an interest in making this important link to the Empire State Trail as safe and environmentally healthy and beneficial as possible. And then I just feel that the Trans-Hudson development will impact the small town look and feel of our dear New Paltz. It will clear acres of essential land. Since it will be imposed on New Paltz, its development must be done with care for the people and land over industry's profit.
Thank you so much, Gabby. That was very powerful.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you. And I will just mention that, like, preparing and going into this kind of thing, it takes a big toll on me. But I just feel really strongly about this matter, and so I just have really, I have hopes that it will be done in the best way possible.
Beautifully stated.
Thank you.
Important. Neil, I think you were muted when you tried to speak a few minutes ago.
Oh, I was saying, thank you. I appreciate your comment, Gabby. And I will say the trail is going to be designed to meet the standards of the Empire State Trail. And it's going to be reviewed by the people who designed the Empire State Trail to make sure it meets all of the standards, not the DOT. So, any other comments? If not,
But I'd like to, you know, assure Gabriella that we will take her words, you know, and consider them as well.
Okay,
Sure.
thank you very much. And I will just tell you, I shared this letter and I have 63 signatures on it. And this was only within the last week. 63 people strongly agree with what I've shared.
I just wanted to thank Gabby as well for coming. Gabby and I were in the same class in high school as well too. And I just think you've been such a tremendous advocate after this issue happened to you. And there's a lot of people who have traumatic things like this happen and they do the opposite and don't want to talk about it. And I really, really commend you for having the strength to continue to talk about it and continue to work to improve your community based on what happened. So thank you so much, Gabby.
Thank you, Dan. And I guess part of what keeps me going is just, when my crash happened, it was life-changing. It was enormous for me, of course. But the fact that then a couple years later, my great aunt was then hit by a driver and killed. And then a good friend of my family was then also hit by a driver and killed. These things, New York State is such a treacherous state. And so in the small local areas, that's where we can make a difference.
thanks. Any other comments? If not, I would like to make a motion to go into executive session and invite Judge Bacon and Judge Weirs. I think you're both here. And do I have a second on that?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I guess I was muted, so I'd like to make a motion to go into executive session and invite Judge Weirs and Bacon.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
Right, your lighting, you got to do something about that.
Oh, I am not in the right. I don't have the. Oh, now I look like got a halo. That's a disaster. This is a. I'm gonna
Okay.
join.
If you guys, I think the judges, you guys can join. And think we're all, some people might still be in the breakout room. Everyone back yet?
I think we're all back.
Okay, great. Close the breakout rooms. We're all back here, and we'll like to make a motion to come out of executive session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. And let's see here. I think we're all here still. And I'm just afraid I lost some people here. Okay, let's see. All right. Let's see. Item number 2, I'd like to make a motion to appoint the police commissioners to the Stephen Ford, term ending December 31st, 2022. Janice Butler, December 31st, 2023. Cindy Sanchez, December 31st, 2024. And Carrie Raman Bunce and Tara Fitzpatrick to terms ending December 31st, 2025.
I will
Second.
second with just one correction that it's Janice Butcher. Butcher.
Thank you. Sorry, I Butcher. Yes. Thank you. Any discussion other than correcting me, which I appreciate, but all in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. Item number 2, motion to authorize the hiring of Caitlin Botchnick, Sharidi Hiltz, and Jorge Garon.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve and authorize items 4A through 4K on the consent agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Number 5 is a resolution endorsing the application of Mohawk Preserve for a grant under the Environmental Protection Fund for the Brook Farmhouse project. It's been posted on the town website. The motion is to approve the resolution. This is for a grant they're writing.
I second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Number 6 is this is a kind of a shared services proposal for the town assessor's office. So this is basically we'll be hiring these people as consultants. They'll be helping us out. Also exploring the possibility of maybe sharing the position. But right now, I think until they kind of come in and look things over and see how much work it takes, we're going to be paying them on an hourly basis. And so this is a proposal to hire them on an hourly basis for them to kind of make sure that we have a certified assessor to sign the required paperwork when we need it, and also to help out Diane with any questions and help her with her training and to make sure that we can do all of the jobs. And in the end, I think we're still saving some money, and it's a kind of a temporary solution to a long-term problem. And motion would be to authorize the supervisor to execute the contract based on the scope of work agreement with Shannon Harris. And any discussion? Or a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And so number 7 is motion to authorize the supervisor to sign the proposal for professional services related to the preparation and development of a combined water system source balancing standard operation procedure, manual and commissioning protocol by Labella PC. This is really, as you know, the DEP is paying for this as part of the Water District 5 project. And the idea behind this is we're putting together a protocol so when we need to start up the system, it's done the right way and that we don't have problems with the pipes and brown water and everything like that. And so it's kind of complicated kind of tying these two systems together. So we've asked the engineers to put this SOP together, and this is a proposal for them to do that. This is a maximum amount. It's really kind of we're paying for the hours as we go. So this is an up to amount not to exceed, and it's being reimbursed by the DEP. And so a motion to authorize the supervisor to sign the contract.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And so resolution, this last one is a resolution in support of New York State Bills A3104A, S920A, AKA the Idaho Stop. This has been posted on the town's website. It's a motion to approve the resolution asking the state to pass these resolutions. And these come out of some work that we've done for bicycle safety with an advocacy group. And that's just what this is about.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Next one is a motion to approve the July warrant in the amount of $1,363,593.48.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
This last one is the motion to authorize the supervisor to execute a contract with Walden Engineering for grant application preparation for 2022. We're kind of late on this. They've been working on the grants. They just haven't gotten us the application. Some of these are to resubmit for grants that we've gotten in the past. We'll be paying for these out of a couple different funds, the grant writing, some out of the sewer because it's a sewer grant, and some out of MS4 because there's an MS4 grant to redo the MS4 mapping. And so motion to authorize the supervisor to execute the contract. Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. And motion to adjourn.
Second.
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 All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, everyone.